While December might be my quietest month here when it comes to my garden, as soon as January rolls around, things seem to start ramping right back up. If you're interested in what I'm doing for my garden this month, stick around. Before we jump in, my name is Angela. For any of you guys who are new to the channel, thank you so much for stopping by. I'm gardening in southwestern Ohio. I'm zone 6B here in the US. And the things that I am working on this month may or may not be some things that you guys are working on, depending on the timing. You might already have done some of these things if you're in a little bit warmer climate, or maybe not working on these things quite yet. So with that, let's jump in. And one of the very most fun things that I do during January is plan my veggie garden. I'm going to take you guys along with that whole process as I get more into it. What we're looking at here is just my empty veg garden, some of my beds, and I did make a bunch of changes in 2025. I'll share more of that with you guys as the time rolls on, as we start really planning. But suffice it to say that I get really, really nerdy when it comes to planning most months. Not so much last year because I kind of pulled back the scale of the veg garden. But this year, this soil is ready to go, and so am I. So stay tuned for that. We're going to head on out to my very mini fruit tree orchard, which is way down that way, and I'll talk about one of the other things that I'm going to be doing this month. It sounds like they're doing a bunch of work over at the church behind us, so I'm hoping that that machinery noise hasn't come through on the video. If so, I do apologize. And here is my very mini orchard. Mini as in very small number of trees. Also many as in the trees are very, very small. I have 2 cherry trees, 4 apple trees, and a nectarine tree. I've had this nectarine tree for a number of years now. This tall one here, it's sorely in need of some TLC. I really didn't know what I was doing when I started planting these fruit trees, and therefore I don't think I did a very good job. I think that they are still small enough that I can save them, I'm hoping, and make them productive, but that's going to start with some serious pruning this month, and I'm kind of new to that. I've got a couple of videos that I've watched that have been very helpful. I'm really trying to learn as much as I can. I'll link those below in case you're interested. I also found a really good book that's going to be helpful, so I'll link that below too. And one thing that I really am going to do is these stakes here. You can see I've got 3 stakes around each tree and the netting, and that's just not really cutting it. They really do need 4. And I'm almost thinking that I should replace them with T-posts rather than these aluminum covered stakes here. These are kind of flimsy, and what I'm noticing is that by only having 3, this netting just won't stay taut. So I think 4 to make a square around each tree would be much better. Soon as the ground is workable in the spring, I'm going to do that. While I'm doing that, one thing I'm going to do is to spread those posts out further from the base of the tree. And the reason being is that I think it will make the tree harder to access for the deer. Because if you can see now, they can come right up to this, and they do, and munch on these branches that they really love. So those are some changes I'm going to make. I know it's going to set me back a little bit, replacing these with T-posts and doing 4 per tree, but I think if I really care about this orchard doing anything or not, it's going to make a difference. And you can see here that these stakes really are flimsy. This one here on the left, this is a cherry tree. It's already caving in, falling over, and I felt like I got it in the ground pretty good. Not good enough. And the more I'm learning, the more I know I really should have been pruning these all along. But now that I know better, I can do better. And that one in the back there, it's an apple tree. I'm not sure if it's still alive or not. If it is, I think I'm going to move it because I know for sure it doesn't get enough sun. So that apple tree there and that one there, I think I'm going to like kind of bring them back in closer towards where I'm standing. It'll tighten up this little orchard, but I think the trees are semi-dwarf. They're not going to get really big, so I think that they can be a little bit closer together. Kind of keep it tight in, and they will definitely get more sun if they're up here. See, this is our driveway here. It's kind of the front of the place there. So I've got this little space sectioned off for the fruit trees right along the driveway. And I think there's still a chance that things can be saved here. Fingers crossed. Wish me luck on that. And the final thing that I'm really focusing on with regards to the garden this month is just learning. I have this kind of, not a burning desire, but somewhat of a desire to become more knowledgeable about medicinal herbs. So I have decided to every month pick just one herb and study it, like as much as I can, whether that's reading in books, reading online, watching YouTubers talk about it, just learn as much as I can about that particular herb. And I'm focusing on the herbs that I currently have seeds for and that I can actually grow here in my garden. So for January, I've really been reading and learning as much as I can about feverfew. I think for February, I'm looking at evening primrose. So stay tuned for more about that. If I find that I'm really picking up a lot of knowledge and it's something that you all are also interested in me sharing these endeavors with you, drop it in the comments below, your level of interest, and then we'll see about that going down the line here. In the meantime, I'd love to know what big things you got going on in your garden this month. Drop it in the comments below. I hope that you enjoyed the video, and I know that I've talked about planting and seed starting coming soon, just planting my garden in general. If you really want to know how nerdy I get about planting my garden, I have two videos for that, a part 1 and a part 2. I'll drop the part 1 right over there in case you're interested. Thanks again for hanging out with me today. If you found the video interesting or helpful and you enjoyed it, please consider giving it a thumbs up. It really helps my channel and I so do appreciate it. Also consider subscribing if you have not yet already. That way you won't miss all the planting that's coming up for all my fellow planting nerds out there. And in the meantime, just keep planting.